2, 1, 0.
I'ma press play every time.
The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop, hey. The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop, show. The funny don't stop, hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop Show.
The funny don't stop. Yo. What's up, people?
What's going on?
Man, what's up?
Man, everybody's looking all lit up and what do you call it? HD megahertz. What do you call it, Raul?
Megahertz.
Did I say it right? Or megapixels or what is it?
Certified, man. HD.
Everybody looks certified, man. We all certified in real life. We ain't got to have a blue check, damn it.
Yeah, you can buy them nowadays, man, for $15 a month.
I heard you can get them for $15. They selling them with Newports and Funyuns.
I'm trying to sell mine, man. I'm trying to sell mine to somebody.
That's crazy.
That's what's up, y'all. Well, anyway, my name is Alex Thomas, and I'm your host.
Savvy Amusing.
This is Said Brass.
And your boy Raul. Yes, sir.
That's right, people. And you're watching
The Funny Don't Stop Show.
Hey, man. What is our hashtag? We find
the funny.
The what? What were you gonna say?
The
Sam?
funny in everything.
That's pretty much true, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Shit,
I mean,
Oh,
it don't get no
absolutely.
more.
I like to say, man, there's always a positive after a negative.
Absolutely. It don't get no
man,
more real.
It be so much
find the
funny,
funny in
crazy
everything.
shit going on these days. You better find the funny in everything.
Yeah.
But before we even get started, man, today's show is brought to you by Chase Bank. We don't stepped our little sponsorship up, and here's a little commercial for y'all to see.
Meet the tester, the time saver, and the budget keeper. 3 people who took control of their money with Chase Secure Banking. The task juggler opened his account with no minimum deposit. The time saver deposits checks in no time. The budget keeper now gets her direct deposit up to 2 days early. Awesome. That's because they all have Chase Secure Banking. Simple tools, control at hand. One bank for today and tomorrow. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Coming straight out the bank.
Oh shit!
Yo,
That's what's up. Beautiful commercial, man.
man.
Yeah,
It's
hey,
fun.
man, I'm so used to Alex acting a fool. I just thought something weird was gonna happen any second. I couldn't tell.
Way too chill.
I couldn't tell what was gonna happen. I was like, something finna happen, man.
But they were gonna deny me access to an account because I didn't have no
Something
money.
like that. Like
That
you
would've
try to
been
take a picture of your check
crazy.
and it bounces or something.
That would've been
Decline.
so funny.
You just see security push me and my kids out. Get the fuck out of here. It's your last time coming up in here.
Your credit no good in here.
No,
Now, did the kids get a check too, Alex?
absolute, brother.
All 3.
Man, when I tell you it's crazy, dude. Like it's finally started this week, the national run. It's been on the internet for a year now.
Yeah, it's been on YouTube.
It's been on YouTube.
What's that? I missed it. A national run?
So it's been running on the internet. I mean, people tell me, yeah, man, like 5 months ago, people were like, yeah, man, I was just watching, highlights of LeBron on ESPN.com and saw your commercial 3 times.
Right.
Or I was playing. You know what I really would get a lot? People playing all these little games. I'm not a gamer.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like from your cell phone?
Ads.
Ads.
Yeah,
and
those
they
ads
just said
pop up.
Commercials running like crazy. And what's crazy, man, I know I'm coming from the old school because I've been doing commercials over 25, almost 30 years now, and they were never paying residuals on internet. Bruh, the internet pays higher residuals now than some TV spots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I was like, I couldn't believe, what was happening just for this last year. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, it ain't even started running. It just now started Sunday. So now it's running like crazy.
The internet is the new television, bro. They got more viewers on the internet than TV.
It is. So that's why I guess they had to start paying folks.
They got to, man.
You got to.
Yeah, once people understand how they're supposed to get paid, you got to pay them.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the internet is is ways is I mean, whether you're Pepsi or you are Big Five or you're the Lakers or you're McDonald's, wherever there's eyeballs, you're trying to sell your product.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely.
And you have to pay for that. They got away with it for a long time, almost like the internet didn't count. No, until people started getting paid off the internet.
That's right. Yeah, that changed the game, man.
So-
I know some people, man, that's been passed up movie deals because they were making more money on YouTube.
How crazy is that?
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah,
That's wild.
It's paying.
it's true.
Wow.
I'm
Hey,
in the
man.
wrong profession. I might need to start me up a YouTube page or something, man.
Yeah,
Or
man.
OnlyFans said.
OnlyFans said.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
how you
yeah.
get paid immediately from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, sell the knowledge, man. Just take the shirt off and just sell knowledge, bro.
That's it.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Hey,
That's what you
hey,
do. You know what you do? You read dictionaries while you're in like some booty shorts.
there you go.
Yeah.
You like this. You start off like this, and you're like, today's word is Deuteronomy.
Through the tunnel. Today's book is called Through the Tunnel.
That's funny.
So,
No, you or just switch it up. We're not gonna call it Hotep. I'm gonna be just a whore. I'm gonna just be a whore and just be like on that. What's today's science?
Right.
Yeah.
You just be sitting in your room with no shirt on, and be like, today's word is
Yeah.
flabbergasted.
Man,
twisting his chest hairs and shit.
Right.
it's the
Hey, but
audience.
there's people that'll pay for that, man.
The
I've heard
audience
girls-
for it.
Yeah.
It's the
Hey,
audience
man.
for it.
I've heard girls that get paid for just dudes that like toes, like foot fetishes,
I heard that too.
Yeah.
and they just move their toes in the camera, and the dudes are dropping my. I never understood that, but whatever floats your boat.
Make 6 figures off that, bro.
Yeah.
Offer toes.
Oh, yes, on OnlyFans, though.
You never see their face, bro.
Man, she
Can
was
I
making
ask
6
you three
figures.
brothers? I'm gonna ask you three brothers. Like this is a question I could have asked off camera, but I'm serious. I'm gonna start with you, Raul. What either you know or you've heard? What is it about toes?
Man,
I
I'm
don't
not a
get
toe
like why, huh? I don't find that sexually. I don't care if it's Halle Berry's toes. I don't
Yeah.
care. How does toes turn you on?
They don't. The only time they turn me on is when they're in the heels. Yeah, that's the only time, man. But other than that, yeah, I'm not a toe person myself.
So
Don't get
that's
me
what
wrong.
you pay for, Raul, when they're in heels?
Shit, yeah, they got to be in heels, man. I let them know off the top. You got to have heels on the bed.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it.
Oh, geez.
That is a sign over Raul's bedroom door.
Hey,
You
man,
gotta
shit.
have heels on in the bed.
Is in the
You
bed.
got to. Yeah, you can't sit on the bed without heels on, man.
Head or heels in the bed. All right. So
Head or heels.
He has the reverse sign. You know how they had a sign, no shirt, no shoes, no service? He got
Yeah.
yes shirt, yes shoes, yes service.
Yes,
That joke-
so what is your feeling on that,
Don't
Sid?
steal
Like,
that,
I mean,
Raul, either. Don't steal that. I know Raul is gonna steal that. He's gonna make the sign and create a
That's right.
shirt and be wearing that.
Yep. It's gonna be
next
on the
week,
shirt.
next week you're gonna
Next
see that
week.
shirt behind him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sid, so I mean, have you heard of guys that like have toe fetishes?
Hey, listen, I as I'm having more conversations with black men, man, I'm finding I'm definitely getting old. I'm finding there's so many like weird fetish. I even heard it's called a kink now, Alex. We old by calling it a fetish. They're called kinks.
Kinks.
So they're
kinks.
different kinks.
Use it in a sentence, sir.
Just take fetish out and it's a kink. That's what
Okay,
they call
use it in a sentence. Say it.
different sexual, when people have different sexual pleasures that turn them on, that's considered a kink.
Kink.
So
a woman
you
may
go to a
ask
girl, you be like,
what's your kink? What's your kink? Toes. What's your
Damn.
kink, Raul? Heels in the bed. That's my kink.
damn,
So
dude, you
they-
really
they-
have just put me in a certain demographic.
I
Like,
didn't
'cause
know that
I'm
either.
out the loop.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
man.
either.
So if I go
Yeah,
up to a
man.
young chick, like, how you doing? You good? All right. So let me ask you, what's your kink?
What's your kink? She'll
You
understand.
don't know? You think
She
she'll know?
slaps me in my face. I'm blaming you, Zed. You find out
It's
later,
a-
kink means how big is your booty hole? Excuse me? I just met you.
Yeah.
So Savvy, what's your kink?
Your kink. Hey, he froze in a perfect spot.
Savvy, what's your kink?
Oh shit.
Savvy.
Huh?
Hello? I'm
Hey,
moving.
Savvy, man. Somebody froze, but I don't think he.
Yeah,
hear you.
Alex had froze it for a second.
Oh, okay. Say, what's your kink, Savvy?
Man, what is my kink? Well, you know what, man? I like now this might sound a little bit weird, but I like females with irregularly long tongues.
And for what reason?
It just
This went to funny stuff after dark real quick.
It's like just because it looks cool, Savvy.
Like, some men just like to be licked. You want the tongue inside you, is what you want, right?
no, not inside me. It's just something about it that get you prepared for the oral sex you're getting ready to be receiving. It's like if you could jack it off with your own tongue, that's some amazing skills. When you could just wrap it around like.
Let's just be honest, Savvy. Let's just call a spade a spade. You like if she could, lick your balls from a foot away.
Basically, yeah. I want that shit to be like Venom, nigga, like the Marvel character.
What is that? What is that lizard that goes? And long
Geico.
The gecko.
And it can get like you've seen it on Animal Planet, like it'll be a grasshopper, and he'll be like 3 feet away. He
just snatch it up real quick.
That's what you want her to do with your balls.
Hey man, I guess I got a kink, man. I got a kink for it, man.
Well,
but I'm like said, I didn't discover that until I got older. I was like, huh.
There we go. You see,
this is doing something for me. Like I was watching The Exorcist.
Okay.
And
you like crazy bitches that can rotate their heads.
The pastor was exorcising the demon, and the bitch was sticking her tongue out, and I was kind of like,
hold up, I'm scared, and the whole time Savvy's turned on. That's crazy. I'm watching
Savvy over there rubbing his nipples and shit while all the exorcism going down and shit. Throw some more holy water on here.
Hey, we would have never known this if we didn't open up this dialogue or this can of worms. Find out we got a kink around the show. We got a kink on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm fucking with y'all.
If there's any kinkers out there right now, if you could just hit us up and find out what your kink is. Next week, see how my hat says goat. Next year, his shit's gonna say K-I-N-K. Kink.
I'm totally fucking with y'all, man.
No, you're not. So look, you're not. I mean, who wouldn't like a chick with a long tongue? I mean, if a chick can lick her own belly button, I mean, that is talent.
That's a damn Komodo dragon. That ain't no chick.
Yo, that is crazy.
I had a homegirl touch this right here, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was like, damn, man.
Hey, if you find you a chick.
Watching her eating the ice cream cone, bro, that was some of the fucking.
I
had a homegirl. Basically, like I said, her tongue was long as fuck, so she would
see what I'm saying?
Like the bottom of her chin.
Yeah.
And man, one day we go to get some ice cream, bro, and I couldn't my shit was started melting in my hand. I forgot I had ice cream in my hand.
Y'all see what I'm saying? See, it's not just me. Yeah. If he saw something within that, it ain't just me.
So you're telling me she can lick her own elbows? Try to lick your own elbow, bro. Anybody. There's no way possible.
No way.
Try to lick your own elbow. You can't. But if she can, she's a keeper. Is that what you're saying? Man. Is that what you're saying, Savvy?
I'm saying that, yeah.
You will not only put a ring on her finger, but you'll put a ring on her tongue.
Yeah.
All right.
She got that tongue ring.
Absolutely. Hey,
we gotta keep this segment though, Alex. We gotta do a funny don't stop after dark segment. This is wild, man.
What it just be hashtag what's your kink?
What's your kink?
Yeah, what's your
please don't forget that,
y'all
guys.
laughing at me, but y'all gonna steal that now. You gonna realize
no. What's gonna be crazy is when we grow, we're gonna see how many calls and emails and remarks we have. Because you'd be surprised at what some people's kinks are. And not really, now that we're talking about it, that would be a very interesting show. What's your kink?
Very interesting. Because the first kink we heard about was about 2 years ago when the chick liked to masturbate with the Bible. Remember?
Man, see, I still like to forget about Devila. Remember that was her name.
Devila, yeah, there you go.
Damn, I forgot about Devila.
Yeah, the fact that Alex remembered the name is crazy.
Devila.
I you know what it is? I can't unforget that. Said
You can't. I can't either.
And I hate that Savvy's always the one to bring it up. It's always and now it's in my head.
It just you can't. Certain things just stick with you, man.
I heard she has a book, and on the cover of the book that it's her naked, reading the Bible with her toes, and it's crazy.
They'll turn a religion into anything, man. And
they will.
What's so sad about today's society, and I don't know if it's the wildness of the people that's creating it, or how gullible it is the people that actually follow them. I don't know who I'm mad at. I'm mad at more in this like society of just constant like clout chasing and satisfaction and like trying to get like some type of stardom through social media. Am I more mad at people like lack of creativity to like create new content, or am I mad at the people that constantly watch the actual train wreck? They're actually turning their necks and watching the accident as it happens.
Well, there's an audience for everything, said. And I mean, it's proof of what you're talking about. There's an audience for everything. Stuff we couldn't fathom, there is an audience for. But it's just, how low will you stoop? I mean, even, Savvy and I were talking about, I'm not going to say names, but there's a lot of podcasters and bloggers out there. Like, the only way they get views and likes is negativity and drama. I mean, I get it. But that's just, I refuse to try to be like other people just to get 2 seconds of your attention and your time. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like, that's why the ratings are so high on ratchet ass train wreck black reality TV. Yeah. Because you just cannot believe that people will go there with it, sell their souls to go there with it. Like, okay, and at the end of the day, what comes out of this? You being able to host some parties, people knowing you when you're walking through the mall, that you had to pull a butt plug out your ass, and then you know what I mean? It's like
but it's just like he always says, this is where we at.
Where we are now. I knew somebody was
listen, man. This is the reality, whether you believe it or not. Like I was talking to one of my boys the other day, man, and I was telling them how I was getting frustrated, feeling like I had to dumb down my comedy. Like, I'll take my time, I'll edit, I'll put in a voiceover, I'll make sure the sounds and everything is right. And then some asshole will walk in Walmart, open a glass of milk and pour it on his head, and it gets 20 million views. And next thing you know, they're giving them $60,000 to host the show. Yeah, but so it makes you think, like, is everybody just dumb now? Like, am I working too hard?
No, I hear you. But to kind of address what you're saying, that guy that does that, he truly doesn't have any talent. Right. He can't hold himself in a room full of peers and people that you respect. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I mean, I get the whole desperate times, desperate measures, and people are doing anything to get on now. But then, I look at it like it's like the old saying in the book, your grandmama, your mama said, if everybody jumps off the bridge, you're going to jump off the bridge too?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
It really kind of comes down to that.
Yeah.
People are doing it though, man.
People are lined up to jump off the bridge right now and hope that they don't, die so they can still make a little money. It's almost like these chicks nowadays. Yeah. They'd rather get it real quick, do something real fast versus take time and learn a craft and go to school and do this and that. Yeah. Everybody wants it now.
Yeah.
And wanting things now,
ain't the way, man.
It's not the way. It's
instant gratification. It's that fast food microwave kind of society that we in now, and it's kind of like this. And I'm glad, this is one of the things I'm glad that I'm old school, because I can remember there's a respect that comes for the process. There's a respect that comes with likely cultivating and creating the thing and manifesting the thing. And so not only are we in an instant gratification society, but we're also in a world where people just don't have standards and morals and principles that they stand on, regardless of whatever like the fruits is that come from it.
The simplest example I can give, and you guys let me know if I'm wrong or I'm right, and this is something that's been around since the beginning of time. It's like you could go outside and sell drugs real quick and make some quick money real fast, but we all know what comes along with that.
Right.
But you got $1 million in a week. You can go buy a private jet and buy, but we know what comes along with that. That guy that's going to have to learn his craft is going to take him longer, but the fruits of his labor is going to last. He's going to respect it. He can sleep at night, not have to look over. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You can go the easy way, but I just can't respect that.
Yeah,
right.
I can't respect that. I don't care if you have 6 private jets, a yacht, and 2 Rolls Royces. You got it the wrong way, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
Well,
respect that.
Alex, I've had this conversation, and most people are gonna say, "Well, I'm not committing a crime." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but they don't understand the cultural crime. They don't understand the community crime. They don't understand that how we're viewed in society not only impacts you as an individual, but collectively impacts the entire culture of the community. And that's why we've lost the kind of like the community mindset, as well as the legacy that you've passed on. Most of people.
I mean, think about it though.
Things of that nature.
Think about it. You know, like they say nowadays, like how this fentanyl shit is in everything.
Did Alex go out? Okay.
Like
no, we're still in there.
You don't know if you got some weed with fentanyl in it. You don't know if you got some pills with fentanyl. You don't know if your cocaine is laced with fentanyl. You don't know. So when somebody dies or overdoses so quick, you wonder sometimes if the drug dealer not have that conscience. Like, damn, dude, I have a feeling that, you know, because I remember selling up at that school with 3 kids overdose. Like, you can say that's not a crime, but no, it is, dude. Innocent kids and people that didn't deserve that overdosing and dying. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care how gangster, how cold-hearted you are. Everybody knows right from wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, this was absolutely.
Unfortunately, we got on this, but you know, sometimes things just organically.
It just happens.
We're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? I want to switch reels real quick, man, and I want to talk about the Lakers.
Yeah, we need that.
Hey, bro. I don't know if y'all watched the game last night, man, but I'm hella confident. And I mean, we got a squad, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
This is not one of those years where there's some just obviously one team that's just gonna take it all and kill everybody. No, man. I mean, come on, man. Do you know that was the first time in Laker history that somebody's got 20 points and 20 rebounds in the same game, like LeBron did last night?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
and then LeBron had a bad game.
Man, Austin Reeves, AR-15 is balling. D'Lo was on fire last night. Like, we got other guys that are stepping up now, y'all.
Yeah, he came alive in the fourth, and he came alive exactly when we needed him to, because if he didn't, we'll be going down. Yep.
Yeah, it was a wrap because I think we were down by. He hit 3 threes.
He hit like 3 of them in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a very unorthodox, weird-looking shot. It looks like every time he shoots it, it looks like he's gonna miss, but they be going in.
Yeah, man.
LeBron, found the fountain of youth, bro. He's not intimidated by any of these little kids.
And you want to know? You want to know the scary thing about that win?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis had a terrible game.
Bad game.
Imagine if he was having at least a C+ game, what we would have done.
Right. But I'm going to add to that. That's why you always need the bench and other players to step up and fill in those voids when your superstars aren't out of control. Yeah, we're used to Anthony Davis getting 35 points and 17 rebounds. Hey, man, he was able to be a regular guy last night, even though his presence was real because he blocked a hell of a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
You know, having him on the court is still a big piece, but other people stepping up. Bottom line.
Yeah.
And
I'm still a little worried though. I'm not. I mean, you know, I'm excited. I'm happy.
In this series, you're worried? In this one?
Not this series, but our overall like length in the playoffs. Like, LeBron looks fatigued. You know, how much can we sustain this and keep this? You know, like that 6 points.
But they're getting stronger. But it said you don't feel like. I feel like they're gelling at the right time. Like, we put this team together after the All-Star break, and now we got that youth. Now we don't look like the old team anymore. And you're right. I mean, rightfully so. Dude's in his 20th year. He's in tip-top shape, but there's only so much he could do. But I see what you're saying, Sad, but I also feel like when he sits down for 5 minutes or when they rest him, I feel like we're staying in games and other people are stepping up. Whereas before all the trades, you felt like when he sat down, production stopped.
Yeah.
And it was just like a rest to somebody else comes on the floor.
Yeah, he had to. Yep.
It did show that we have 3 dimensions to the actual team. You have LeBron as a dimension, you have AD as a dimension, and then you have supporting cast and bench as a dimension. And any given night, when 2 of them are clicking, that's a win. And then if we get 3, it's a blowout. But
and here's
if we
the real
one,
basketball.
It's gonna be super close.
Here's the real basketball comment. Dude, I feel like they're finally playing some defense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though I hate when we go back and forth trading baskets, that's not good. We're getting stops when we need to get stops. We're getting block shots. And you know who I really, really like, dude? I like, oh my God, Bridges. But is that his name, Bridges? Number 5. What's the name? The black dude that shoots all the threes. It makes, how am I going to forget his name? Messing around with one of the guys' mamas.
Messing around with one of the guys' mamas.
You talking about
number 5, who comes in and just hits 3. He gets hot. He could do like 6 threes in a row.
Because I don't know, man. In my opinion, the Lakers need a shooter. So who is this?
Savvy. We've been talking about. How am I going to forget his name? I'm going to have
to look this nigga up.
It's not Reeves. His name is. It's not Bridges. He went to Sierra Canyon. You said he was messing around with Scottie Pippen's ex.
Oh, Beasley.
Remember when he got traded? Beasley. You're like, damn.
You talking about Beasley?
Beat.
Oh man, that dude ain't. Beasley. I mean, he all right. He been playing a little crazy lately, man.
But when he's hot, he really drops those threes.
But when he's hot, he's on because he only got one job. They picked him up just to shoot.
And I felt like he had a lot to do with us getting in them goddamn playoffs because he was coming alive. I don't know why coach is not playing him as much though.
Well, that's why, because he's been kind of inconsistent from the 3-point line. Like I said, you got one job. You don't do it, then we finna limit your minutes until you get it right.
I guess you might be
You
right.
know who job I wish I had on the Lakers?
Who?
Tristan Thompson.
Oh, I would love to. Oh man,
why did they get him if they're not going to use him?
He just dead. If somebody gets hurt or there's an injury, you know what I mean? He's like a relief pitcher. You know what I'm saying? We don't need him right now, so that's what he's just there for. If somebody gets,
he's just sitting there as a cheerleader.
Trouble, somebody's hurt, foul trouble. He's just there as an emergency.
Did y'all see what he was wearing last night? Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, he had on the same outfit you got on right now.
Pretty much, exactly. Nigga had on his Laker jersey and some jeans. He had on some Gerbos sitting on the bench. Like even if they called him in, he was like, "Nigga, I'm not dressed."
That is maybe they were snaps or something. Maybe they was like rip-offs or something, some snaps or something. Hey, Tristan, come in, and then he ripped them joints off or something.
Hey, speaking of basketball, I know y'all had to see when Jalen Rose addressed the whole situation with Phil Jackson's comments about Black Lives Matter. For the people that didn't see it, roll that clip real quick.
You can't make this up. Hall of Fame coach and 11-time champion Phil Jackson claims to have stopped supporting the NBA because it became too political when it went into the bubble and was catering to certain audiences by putting slogans on the back of jerseys and Black Lives Matter on the floor. The same Phil Jackson that won championships with some of the greatest black athletes in the history of the game. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, made millions on their backs and off their sweat equity. You're sitting up watching a game with your grandkids and y'all think it's funny when justice passes the ball to equal opportunity? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. So stop watching forever.
That was deep. I'm gonna start with you, Sid.
Oh man,
that and don't hold back, Sid. Don't hold back. I want to hear what you feel because that's a tough one. Because man, I have so much respect for that man. Obviously, with in his contribution to helping the Lakers with their dynasty and Chicago helped with their dynasty, but that's kind of some bullshit that he pulled that. So I'm gonna start with you, Sid. What's your feeling on that?
Yeah, I do have mixed feelings with this. I'm not gonna kid you, man. I think that, you know, we've always seen political activism in sports and seen it expressed, right? And then we've also seen the rise of now the commercialism behind like political activism. I like to see, in my own personal opinion, the NBA and professional sports go for more equity in Black ownership and more equity into Black people getting vendorships and Black people getting franchises. And I would like to see more of the economic disparity be leveled out versus kind of Blackness always reduced to like political activism and Black is reduced to kind of wokeism. So I am kind of conflicted with that. But to Jalen Rose's point, I mean, it exposes that even some of our greatest allies and some of our greatest people saying out loud with a lot of people that don't look like us and come from our community, their sentiments and how they feel. I don't get surprised by these moments anymore. I take it as a moment to give a moment of pause, a moment for us to realize the importance of us to like speak our own truths and to speak about the collective like oppressions that face us all in our own way and allow the expression of that. And I would just leave it there. Jalen Rose, I understand that he's trying to reestablish his brand. Is now the woke commentator, especially now that he's dating Angela Rye. And so I do question even Jalen
Wait. Angela Rye. She's isn't she the one on with Stephen A. Smith?
No. She's
Why do I know that name? Angela Rye.
She's on CNN. You've seen her on CNN.
Very, I think
very outspoken,
hardcore liberal.
Angela Rye, yeah, she real Black too. She light skinned, but she Black.
Yeah,
exactly.
She was. We saw a lot of her during the presidential race and all that.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
they're dating now, which I find funny because this is like Jalen doing his rebrand, in my opinion. So I kind of respect what he's saying, but I just take it as a grain of salt because I feel like this is him trying to pivot now into like being the woke commenter, and this is being him trying.
But
to
it is the truth, though. I mean, not trying.
Absolutely.
I feel like he actually hit the nail on the head. I think it would have stung and hurt a little more if we were in the middle of like, say this was 99, 2000, 2001, where Phil is the coach of the Lakers and all of us love him to death and we're on top of the world. I mean, remember, everybody's retired and that era is over. So I guess his real feelings are coming out. I mean, obviously, if you called Phil Jackson racist, he would have a lot to combat and say, how is that possible? I mean, I was around these niggas every day.
Yeah. But this is one thing we have to understand, the nuances of even us being Black. Just because someone is a kid doesn't necessarily mean they're an enemy or mean that they are racist. And so we have to understand there's levels to this. And I think our expectation as Black folks shouldn't be that all Black people become allies. I just don't want you to be obstructionist, be someone that impedes my sway. But you don't have to have pom-poms. It's like saying everybody's got to be a Lakers fan. You don't have to necessarily be a Lakers fan. You just can't be a hater or somebody that stands for my oppression. So that's why I've kind of like flushed out my talking points and flushed out my thoughts on this and just say, hey, Phil Jackson isn't an ally. But that doesn't mean I'm upset at him. And there isn't a demand for him to have to be activist and have to see the things. And have to
are you basically, is that a nice way of saying, hey, he's entitled to his opinion?
That is an intellectual way of saying that. Absolutely.
Because I feel like we can't make white people feel our pain. We can't make them understand our struggle, right?
Right. Absolutely.
You can't deny that it's not there. Like, you would be absolutely asinine and I feel borderline, I don't know if you could use the word retarded nowadays, to not see how that hurt us as a people and how we all band together with that whole Black Lives Matter thing. The bottom line, it was happening in our faces in real time. The whole world saw it. There was facts. It's like, come on, man. It's almost like either you're with us or against us. Like, I don't care if you were like, oh, Phil Jackson, you didn't feel some kind of way when you saw those white cops kill George Floyd? Like your human side didn't come out and go, that's fucked up. My flip side is I think he's going, yeah, it's fucked up. I just don't think it needs to be on the back of jerseys and the NBA getting involved. No, yes, that's exactly where it needs to be. It needs to be where there are billions of eyeballs. Why do we have to explain it like that? No, we're not going to sweep this under the rug. We no longer are going to act like it ain't what it is. We're beyond, and okay, now cameras are everywhere. We had been saying that black men have been getting beat down for years until the Rodney King beating was caught on tape. Now we're in a world where there is cameras everywhere. Actually, cameras are saving a lot of situations. But yes, people are upset, mad, and angry. And I feel like that's totally being desensitized and acting like you don't care when you make comments like that. You know, his whole thing is almost the shut up and dribble shit. Because basically in his statement, his statement was basically like, that should be politics.
Right.
And this should be, don't bring them together. Well, unfortunately, there's billions of eyeballs on these brothers' backs. And if we have to scream that loud to be heard, Phil Jackson, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Right.
And the NBA is going to get behind it because guess what? I don't know what the percentage is. 70% of this damn league is like I love that word Jalen used, on the back of black men's sweat equity.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you say, Savvy?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, man. It's just like you said, Alex. Most white people will never feel our pain, and I don't think Phil Jackson is racist. I do think that you have to be careful when you're non-black of your political opinion because it's going to come off to be racist. Because just like you said, the sweat equity. Look at all the brothers that you brought to a championship: Kobe, Shaq, Scottie, Michael, and you go and say what you said, man. I mean, maybe you do want politics separated from basketball. Maybe you got to see it all damn day long on the news and CNN, and you don't want to see it on the floor of the basketball court. However, we are black people. The game is just the game. People are out there getting killed by cops. So the NBA is basically saying, like, look, these are our employees. We understand that this is a game, but if y'all about to boycott and quit, we want to do something to show y'all that we can't. We trying to show you that we care and we want to bring awareness to what it is that's going on with you guys. So let us do this. So then you begin to look racist when you say some shit like, oh, I don't want to see that. So like you just said, Alex, so you mean to tell me you don't care nothing about George Floyd just getting killed?
Right. But you want me to go out there and score 35, 40 points and get you a win.
Exactly.
Here's what the white people don't understand also. They don't understand every single black man in the NBA. We got a cousin, a niece, a nephew that looks like those dudes and those young ladies and those men that were getting killed in the last 2-3 years.
Exactly.
We can't turn our eye to that. We can't turn our blind eye. I know the whole shut up and dribble. Why do you care? You're making billions of dollars. Yeah, but you don't understand. That's me. But my cousin still lives in the hood in Louisville. My cousin still lives in Compton. My auntie, my mama, my grandma, they still live in these places.
Right.
They don't understand how close that touches to home.
Yeah.
To these black, extremely rich individuals called NBA, NFL. You know what I mean?
Some black people don't even get it. I mean, Lil Wayne said once that he doesn't understand. It ain't no racism no more. He said he's a example of how racism doesn't exist because he's a black millionaire. So I mean, a lot of people see it the way Phil see it, but
that was the Molly and the Percocet and the weed and the Hennessy talking. At the end of the day, I love you to death, Lil Wayne, but nigga, if you weren't one of the biggest rappers on the planet, you'd just be a nigga named Wayne with dreads and tattoos on your face.
This is true.
Right. Definitely be in jail
you were very blessed by God to slip and slide through the cracks and get to where you, because of your talent. I'm not saying nothing that he's not talented, but you can't say that. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm an example. No, you're an example of your something called music that got you rich and famous, and you no longer have to be in certain situations.
That's
right.
What
that is.
But I just feel like for Wayne and for Phil, some things are just better left unsaid. You should have just, man, I don't got a comment about that. Straight up.
Yeah.
He could have said that for sure.
Speaking of drugs and people that get weird on drugs, boy, these little segues just are gonna go perfect into things. Is there any Britney Spears fans here?
No, Britney's weird now.
Actually,
not at all. Not at all.
None of you guys ever bought an album or anything like that?
I mean, I've heard it. I've listened to songs for sure.
I've never bought a bass. I've listened to the hits.
Yeah.
Well, she dropped a little video yesterday that had me a little concerned with her mental health. I know my wife loves me. I'd be like, whenever I tell Brazy, you like Britney? She goes, it's Britney, bitch.
Britney, bitch.
Britney, bitch. That's her thing. Well, when I saw this, I was a little concerned. Check out this video, man.
And I'm pretty sure that you are that love of mine. 'Cause I'm in a field of dandelions, wishing on everyone that you would be mine.
What the hell is she doing?
I'm just kind of curious. How many drugs do you think she's on right now? Like
probably at least 3.
Because she has a body like my plumber.
Yeah. Hank Hill like a motherfucker. I was just finna say that.
and then you see why she had to have choreographers back when she was like on top of the world, because man, that is, if that wasn't some white trash moves, I don't know. Hi, Chastity. Tell us what you think. Are you a Britney fan? Or Chastity, I'm asking you, is she on drugs, or is it mental health, or what? I don't know. Savvy, what do you think the situation is?
Is both. I think it's drugs and mental health, homie. But something ain't right with Britney. You could literally look at them goofy ass dances and how her facial expression just doesn't change, like she's killing it. You can see something is wrong.
You know,
her body looks like a piece of Wrigley's gum. Have you ever seen a piece of Wrigley's gum? You know what I mean? In the little silver package. It's just flat and like rectangular.
Yeah, that was bad built on so many levels.
Yeah, man.
Hey, wait. Go back just for 2 seconds. Not a fan, but I think there's something off there. Yeah, that is true. Just you don't even have to play that. I just want to see the video for 2 seconds. Just so I want to point something out to you.
And I'm pretty sure that you are that love of mine.
Are those leather socks?
Socks or boots? What was it?
I couldn't tell. I could not tell, bro. Raul, what do you think, man?
Man, she definitely on something, man. Like I said, I don't know. She's been like that for a while, quite a while now.
It's been a minute.
Kind of sad to see, to be honest with you, man. Because someone being on top of the world, man, and having everything, and then coming to this, man, to where it's like, damn. But it lets you know, man, that industry can get you so many different ways, man.
You better believe that. You better believe that.
And let's not forget, if you don't remember correctly, Britney Spears was a Mouseketeer as a child. Y'all know that, right?
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah, her and Justin Timberlake were like little Disneyland babies.
Christina Aguilera, too.
Christina Aguilera also. So
it was all in the same little Mickey Mouse crew.
I did not know that, man.
This business takes a toll on you in different ways.
Oh, yeah.
And I just don't understand. Like, you hope she's going to be okay. Okay, go in there now, Trust. Thank you. You hope it's not, because, I mean, she looks like she's about to jump off the deep end. What do you think, Sid?
Hey, listen, I'm doing like the last topic with Apple Phil Jackson. Minding my business. When it comes to non-black folks,
keep the politics
this is no concern of mine. Keep your non-black issues and problems over there. They not none of my issues and none of my concerns. I got enough struggles on my own personally. I have enough struggles on my own.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
We have enough issues intercommunally for people with a 400-year advantage on me to be concerned with like their struggles and their oppression and their.
I love how black you are, Sid. I love you.
I'm cool.
You're like, I'm black. I don't care about white people problems.
Exactly. Exactly.
Little plumber Wrigley gum stick body ass. Do all the running man she wants in her little front yard.
See,
exactly.
keep
In
that
her
out the bubble, man.
multi-million-dollar mansion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's in a crystal jail cell. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm
She had her
cool.
little leather quinceañeras on and shit.
Man, keep that shit out the bubble, man.
Hey. And you know what's the bad part, you guys? It's like we're living in an age where the cameras are everything, on everything.
Everywhere.
So it's like we're seeing everything now.
Yeah.
You know, you would think people would keep their craziness to themselves.
Yeah.
Or keep their out of their mind shit to themselves. Somehow, I didn't ask for this. I just wake up in the morning and the shit pops up on my feed.
Yep. It just shows up, man.
It just shows up. I did not ask for that. I didn't wake up and go, hey, let me see what plumber body ass Britney Spears is doing today.
Right.
No,
That's
it's like in heavy rotation on your feed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which leads me to this next shit, right? Man, yes, I do create. I'm a content creator. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. But some shit you just can't write. Some shit. Be honest. I know I'm not the only one. Before we roll this clip, you guys ever see some shit on the internet or on your IGs or your Facebooks, and you really end up watching it like 22 times because you just can't believe what you just watched?
Well, yeah.
Right.
I'm not the only one.
No.
Absolutely.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Definitely not the only one.
Just to make sure I'm not crazy. All I have to say is, how do I say this? Well, let me start with, show them the clip of what happened in that gas station in East Oakland. And we're going to take it from there. I really want you guys to watch this, and we're going to discuss this. I really couldn't figure it out. I don't know how this started. I just know there's crazy people out in these streets. And you got to keep your head on a swivel because you just never know what can jump off at any time. Check this out.
Watch this bitch. On my baby, hit it. On my baby, hit it. On my baby, hit it. Hit it, I bet. On my kids, anything for the movie. Anything for the movie. Anything for the movie. Because if she hit it, it's dead. I'm going to drag that bitch right out of her. Shit. Hey, move your car, shorty. Damn! She flipped the whole truck. Yeah! You dumbass, bitch! You dumbass, bitch! Get out. I ain't even got one, baby. I ain't even got one. I ain't even got one. Look up. She just tweet.
What your dumb ass kick in? You finna go your dumb ass to jail over here. With your black racist ass, bitch. And you almost just hit my motherfucking car with my kids in it. Lucky, mama, you ain't just hit it, because I be beating your dumb ass.
Damn.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Man, shit.
That's sad. That's
what did we
sad
just
on
watch,
so
dude?
many
Because
levels, man.
what's crazy is how I mean, that could have killed somebody in that car accident.
Including
and she got
herself.
out still arguing and fighting. Like, it looked like there's people upside down. You don't know if they fucking broke their necks, and she's still talking shit.
Still?
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, man.
What did you just watch, Raul? Can you explain what you think you just watched?
That's some wildness, man. That's for sure. I don't even know. Was that guy even with her, or was he trying to?
It looked like he was trying to stop.
This dude, man.
It looked like he was trying to get her out of the car.
He looked like he was on some white people, good Samaritan shit, and almost got his whole body ripped in pieces trying to stop.
Got his head torn off by the other car, getting dragged, man.
Oh my god,
that's insane, man.
Oh my. See, now this is probably the video Phil Jackson saw before he had that interview.
Exactly.
You know, this is why I don't like, I watched that video, of the girl down in Oakland, and she knocked over a guy and knocked the car over. This is why black lives don't matter to me. Not unless they're winning NBA championships and I can come in and I should have been there to use the triangle down there in Oakland and maybe sure went the other way. I don't know.
Jeez, man.
I just couldn't believe it, man. I was because so much happened in that little 2-minute clip.
It did. It was just mayhem.
She almost ran over the pumps, crashed 2 cars when it got there, and then there was a quietness.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden,
boom,
3-car collision upside down, and she's still talking shit.
Then she comes from
the wreckage.
The wreckage laughing.
Talk about, I did that.
I did it though. I did it though.
Did that.
I did it though.
Man, society, something else, bro. We living in a whole nother
ignorance,
world.
man. Ignorance at an all-time high.
Yeah.
That would have actually scared me though. Like if she did that, flipped upside down and got out and was laughing, that would have scared me.
Yeah. No, what would have scared me if she got out laughing and her arm was decapitated and she's holding the other arm while she's laughing. She's like, that's why I hate you. Is this bitch holding the dead arm with no arm?
I did that. I did that.
Or her head was decapitated and she's holding her head. This is why, motherfucker. Hey, we find the funny in everything. I'm just trying.
Yo, man.
I'm trying
That's
to make
wild, man.
That's just new level ignorance.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I'm being honest. Hey, man, any man that'll tell you that it's got a wife, a girlfriend. Hey, man, women are gonna be what women are gonna be, but you'd rather just deal with one versus dealing with. Like, I'm very happy and blessed that I am married now, because it's crazy chicks like that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
But then there's also chicks like this. I want to show you, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever got a chick back to the house or hooked up with somebody and ended up dealing with a situation like this. Roll that clip real quick, Raul, of that fake that plastic what.
Oh, the plastic one?
Yes, sir, brother.
Or the dating thing.
Not the dating, the plastic.
Here we go.
She want the banana. It dey make her go bananas. Shawty wanna go Bahamas. One that it dey make her lose balance. It's time for me, come farmer. If you be yo, I be the farmer. Tried it, I get day on Ghana. Let the money be to you, be cool, man. If the vibe negative, my dear, don't bother. I be the pipe, I be the plumber. Don't worry, I be your controller. Come with your girlfriend.
And she ain't even got no booty hole, but all that booty.
I was just about to say that if you are a fan of the back door, you are shit out of luck, buddy. That hole is closed.
He's good.
What would you, Savvy? What would you do if you got a chick home and you found that out? Because that's not fair. She's just lying. That's just an outright lie.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's
it's scary. She was on some "I'm going to get you" sucker shit right there.
Man, that's exactly what that is, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
but it looked real in her little shorts. Like, what are you supposed to think? Like, now you really got to be like, look. You got to show me something. I mean, she had a whole hole in there to pee and everything.
Man.
Yeah, like you don't even got to take it off. You just pee through the little plastic hole.
Like I'm supposed to be okay with
this. I don't know what you're supposed to do for that.
What'd you say, Raul?
It's like we're supposed to be okay with this.
Yeah. Oh, it's dudes signing up for that though. That's what's crazy.
That's
even after they know it's sad though.
Hey,
because you think you can't still want to mess with that after you see it's all fake and it's plastic and it's smoke and mirrors.
No, I would walk out.
It depends, because if your body is like Britney's under there, I understand it. But, you know what I'm saying?
See?
You got to accept that. You know what I'm saying?
That plumber body, I understand.
You got that plumber. You need it for that plumber. You know.
So you say if you're a grown woman and you got a body like Macaulay Culkin,
Go for it. Hey, listen, it ain't no different outside the skin or under the skin. This is the society that we're in the BBL culture that we're in. What's the difference? You
almost want to ask the girl, what are we
different.
supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, let's just put it all on the table. Okay, you know what? We drove 45 minutes to get back to my house. We here now. Okay. That's someone's kink. Absolutely. Rubber booties with no booty hole. I get it.
That's somebody's kink.
But my thing is, okay, now we're past that. We're here. It's 2:30 in the morning. I now see that everything you. How long does it take you to take this rubber wetsuit off, or do we act like it's not there and we still try to continue on what we were going to do as grown folks? I'm asking somebody.
You got to continue, man. You got to continue.
You would deal with that, Savvy?
Do it, man. I don't think I can continue.
I mean, I wouldn't want to.
You got this big old opening at the bottom.
Man,
it just looks like
stop
flat
it.
meat, man.
You can look over that, Raul.
I can't.
Savvy is gonna keep it real. Savvy's like, yo, hey, look, we here
Savvy
now.
gonna
So,
try to slap
I might not come back for round two. I might not come back for round two. But let me see what it's doing for round one.
As long as I can get to the sweet spot, I'll grab that plastic. Just let me just open up the little area where I'm supposed to be, and then you'll never see me again. And
what if you say, sorry, baby, I can't fit your slot?
You have to get a little butter knife and open it a little bit more.
Make a little sliver on that.
Yeah, like a little slit. Like, look, baby, let me make a slit right here. Okay?
You'd be like this. She'd be like, ask me. You're the girl. Ask me what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
You got a toolbox in here somewhere? You got a toolbox? Screwdriver, a wrench, or something. We gonna make this shit happen.
We gonna make this shit work.
I spent $500 on you, and I drove all the way back out to the valley, bitch. We gonna make it. Either I'm gonna take a razor blade and cut this fake booty off of you, or I'm gonna make a hole bigger. We gonna work it out.
We gonna work it out tonight. Goddammit. I'm already here. I ain't going home without it.
Hey, if guys,
stretch it open, man.
Like it's a lingerie. No,
you got to pull that elastic.
Right. What are those clips? What are the little brown clips back in the day when you drying clothes, the old school?
All the little clothespins. Yeah.
I could just latch that up there, latch that there. We're gonna pull this down. Gonna pull that to the left.
Yeah,
right.
No, but if dudes out here sleeping with like plastic porcelain dolls, you know, this is just the gateway to that, right?
Yeah,
you know,
you're right. You're right.
They got the little half torsos. Yeah, they got
you are right, Sid.
That just lay there, man. You know, so
good point, Sid. There's probably dudes out there that been fucking plastic dolls so long, they looking for the plastic now.
Man,
yeah. This is like a gateway for them to get off, to like wean them off the plastic. If they're coming back to like the natural one, this might be like a mid grade for them to actually just kind of wean themselves.
Yeah, I seen a video the other day on Warstar, man. It was this white dude that married his fake doll.
His fake doll, exactly.
Yeah, and had the whole baby.
See, that's a kink
going on. He's
that's
talking about I was like, that's a kink.
But he also has mental health issues when you're dating.
He had a video.
Norman Bates.
He was basically doing the pregnancy of the dummy and pulls out a dummy doll baby. Talk about it's a girl. Oh no, it's a boy.
See, Raul, that's also somebody that has sex with animals.
Yeah.
That's somebody that's making love to their German Shepherd. Like they're sick. Like that's a problem. And speaking of dating and going out while we're on this crazy topic of meeting crazy people, I saw this again. I guess this falls into what you're talking about, Sid, about us getting older and not knowing what new names meant. So I just found out that the word date, right? Going out on a date. How you spell date, Sid?
DATE.
Thank you. I just found out this new generation got a whole new name for it. Raul, roll that clip.
If I'm paying for half the meal, nigga, you not getting no pussy. I don't give a fuck.
I heard this one thing from a nigga, okay, and it will never leave my fucking mind. Whether it's Valentine's Day or any day, this nigga told me that the word dates mean dick at the end.
My nigga. Come on.
Any date mean
No, it don't.
Shout out to Naldo for that shit.
Yeah, that's the great one, man.
Is that not great?
I have the
love
shirt.
it.
I have the shirt next week.
Absolutely. Because I've been thinking that way for a whole before I got married. That was always in the back of my mind, but I never had a name for it.
Dick at the end.
I have spent, we went to a movie, I spent gas, we went to the Cheesecake Factory. Bitch, I am 800 in. Date means dick at the end.
You know what's so funny, man? I saw a video not too long ago on Instagram. There was a guy, I don't know what he was, but he had a lot of money, and he had DM'd this one chick, and he said, you know, can I fly you out? You know, you come to my hotel. So he flew her on out. She came out, and then apparently she didn't want to have sex with him, so he took his cell phone camera and he's recording her. Yeah, I done spent all this money on her.
Oh yeah,
she don't want to have sex, and she was like, I didn't tell you we was gonna do that. So what I'm saying though, Alex, is it like, should it be like just the unsaid words to where a woman should know, if I'm taking you out, if I'm spending this, if I flew you from your city to my city, is it dick at the end? Is that standard?
Well, at the end of the day, let's just be straightforward and real. Shout out to all the women that are watching. Still, no means no. I don't care.
We
That's
know
on
that,
you.
but
You can go out and spend $1 million and buy her a diamond ring on the first date. If she says no, brother, no is no. And that was on you that you spent all that money on a goddamn diamond. I just think this day and age, this is maybe the old school talking, but you know, I want to say, at least me and said, I'm not sure about what Raul did because he was in the Bay Area and there was a lot of pimping going on up there. I'm still from the chivalry day and had game and I could mac and I could talk. I was never into paying for the coochie. I didn't feel like money was even in it. I felt like you charm the chick. She have a great time. She have some good drinks, some fun, and that just organically happened. I don't know where, when, I don't know the year. I don't know when this shit came up with dudes just jumping out the box thinking that money's going to do that. Don't get me wrong. Money does talk, but then that's borderline. Okay, then your thing is prostitution. And that's really what that is. It's like, okay, if you're paying for it, and then she comes through with the service, she can act like she's not, but she is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But this is what I just spoke of. We live in this entitlement era. What everybody thinks, because I think something and I feel something, I am deserving of it. There's nothing wrong with having standards and having expectations and going out to work for the said thing and earning the thing. But we don't think anything should be earned in this society. I wake up, I feel it, I am supposed to have it, and the world owes me that. And that's so hard.
Why do people think like that? I don't understand that. Like even the young chick that said that, if I pay half of the meal, you ain't getting no coochie. Okay, you sound like a prostitute.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, what happened to the old? What if you like the guy?
Yeah.
He liked it. Why does it have to come down? Like that tells me kind of how it started from the beginning. So you guys obviously didn't have any great chemistry or a talk amongst each other. Dude must have came off in that kind of I'm paying for everything way. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you start off like that, it's going to stay that way.
Yeah.
And
I never understood dudes that had to pay for coaching.
But you want to know what I think too, Alex? I think a lot of men, to avoid a woman like that, they just pay for it so they could just cut right to the chase. Like, look, this is what I want. How much is it going to cost me? I don't want to sit down here and eat and play games with you. You know,
but not every woman's like that. See, that's the flip side.
Not all.
We know we have a good idea as men and as cool ass dudes. You can tell the chicks that are working, and that's their whole vibe. Yeah, and that's what they're all about. Those kind of chicks were always around.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, but I mean that would be very offensive and very like I can't believe you said that. If you came off that way to a chick that's like what?
Yeah.
Well, like a nigga just going up to a girl, how much? You know, like, yeah, I get it if you're in a strip club because she's in that world. And everything is about the money. You get what I'm saying? You sit down and talk to a chick for 2 songs and have a conversation. Nigga, that conversation will run you 200.
Yeah.
Nowadays, just hanging out. Exactly. Nowadays, hanging out is about $300.
Yeah, that is prostitution. I don't care what you call it.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Because if
prostitution.
she's gonna
Alex.
pay for two, she basically has a menu.
Right.
2-song conversation, 200. Jiggle your balls, 400. Blowjob, 700. Sex, 1,000. Anal sex, 2,000. Me and my girl, 5,000. Have me for a month, 10,000. It's not prices. They got menus.
It's not prostitution, Alex. I gotta keep putting
That's
you up
what
on
they
new
would say.
terminology. No. What they're gonna say,
That's
the new
for-
terminology is sex working. That's what it's called. It's sex work.
Are you
It's
joking
not-
or are you serious right now?
I'm dead serious. Dude.
I've heard of that
Do you understand
it's
that's
un-
what it is? That's
Yeah,
not
but
that's not something that's blowing me away.
Prostitution has a bad connotation, so now we've rephrased the terminology to
Sex worker. Yeah, sex workers.
Oh, so if a chick now says she's independent,
yeah,
that's kind of what that is.
Sex working, is an umbrella term for prostitution.
I'm black owned,
or
but your Gucci's black owned.
OnlyFans, all of those things is under the sex working.
Oh, okay.
umbrella now.
OnlyFans is black owned because it's you own your Gucci.
Yeah, sex working.
Got
It's
an
a
LLC
black
on
owned
your
business.
Gucci.
Do you support
But
black
this
business?
is the transaction way in which people are dating now. It's now just a transaction. Women are looking at men from a simple transaction, and men are looking at women from some simple transaction. And so
That's why there's a lot of lonely people out there.
Man.
Yeah.
Because it's strictly
Yeah,
all
but-
about money.
Shit.
Well, they happy by their terms though. They think that is the actual utopia and how people actually exist in interaction. And it's just a sad existence and how we impact each other in today's society.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to say something real quick because I want to end this show on a very funny note. I'm leaving the gym this morning, working out, and I parked next to this car, dude, and I saw the funniest thing I've seen in a long time, and I just had to videotape. Any of y'all old enough to remember the club that used to be on cars?
Oh yeah.
Savvy.
Oh,
Savvy,
yeah,
you don't even know
Oh
what the
yeah,
club
yeah,
is.
yeah. On the steering wheel.
Yeah. Check this out. Check this out.
It was two
This is my
kinds. It
camera.
was one on the steering wheel, and then there was another that would loop around the pedal too. It's another one.
Yeah.
That would
Oh, yeah. That was some
around
next
the
level
brake.
shit. I remember that too.
Around the brake. There was
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
two kinds. But anyway, go ahead.
But this is the one that almost everybody remembers. Show them that tape. The gym right now. 1985 Rabbit with a 1985 club. Who still does the club? And who's gonna take this raggedy ass $13 car?
$13.
$13.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how we probably know it wasn't even locked, bro. That shit was just
Bro, I really wanted to stand by the car, but I had to go. I wanted to stand for another
who the
30
owner?
minutes just to see who the hell came out here and thought, yeah, I could pick that goddamn car up and put it in my backpack. Okay.
And bro had the club on it though.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Like, show him the pictures, bro. Then I came home to look. Do you know that you can buy the club still on Amazon, y'all?
Of course.
They are on Amazon right now. I thought that those were no longer around.
Oh no, they
Me
still
too.
do.
I
You can buy anything on Amazon, man. Anything.
Damn, they still got it.
Man, back in the day, you used to get them at AutoZone.
Yeah.
The club.
You get
Now, here's the thing. If I had an old school 65 Mustang or 75 Cadillac, I probably would put that in because it did work back then. That's a whole lot of shit you got to go through. That shit is made out of iron.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was hard to get through it, man.
You tried it before, Ro?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, bro, it's hard to get to it, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I did.
But you couldn't even cut iron, right, Ro?
Nah, you needed a hacksaw with that shit.
And that's too loud. That's just too much to go through.
Nah, yeah. It was. I mean, shit. Just sitting there sawing that bitch down was fucking a hard time. It really took us too fucking long to do that shit.
Don't implicate yourself, Raul. The statute might not be up yet.
I know, right? Oh, we got fingerprints of that.
Ro's like, yeah, man, it used to take us at least 45 to an hour to get through one of those, man. Hey, I said I was going to end the show on that, but I got it because I got to ask because I really want to know the answer to this. So this might be targeted at you, saying that we're going to end the show on this. I hate to end it on a sad note, but you know, CNN fired your boy Don Lemon.
Oh, man.
Why did they fire him? I've heard so many things. I'm like, maybe Ced knows. Ced,
yeah, man.
What did this man do wrong? Or was he just being real? Was he just being woke and they weren't ready for him to be that real?
All of the above, man. All of the above. The short answer, hey, they sold CNN, and when the new regime came in, you know, when you're the new owner, you want to put new furniture, blinds up, you know, you know, you want to redecorate the place. You want a place to feel like your own at home. You're not gonna just buy a new home and just like stick with the old, you know. You want to fix it up. So that's really kind of the short answer. So yeah, it was the wokeism. It was all of the above. But you know, you see, they just launched their new leading platform with Gayle King and paid her a bunch of money. And Gayle King will be hosting a new show with
with the new ownership.
Yeah, with the new ownership.
When did this just happen?
They just signed up Gayle King and Charles Barkley for a new show.
As I was about to ask, do you think they're going to replace him with somebody else black? And you just answered it right there.
Yeah, so they paid her a bunch of money, and she's going to be a new marquee talent. And they've already released the notes on a new show with Gayle King and Charles Barkley. So I wonder how it's going to work with TNT. With him doing a sports show, he probably is going to end up leaving, but they've already said it'd be King Charles.
So you telling me that they putting Charles Barkley and Don Lemon spot on CNN?
That's gonna be a mistake because we respect Charles for basketball and basketball only.
Right?
I do not want to hear Charles Barkley talking about what's going on in Afghanistan.
Exactly. You stole the words out of my
right here. Let me tell you something, Gail. This is the problem. See, they got to fire Don Lemon to get rid of. Cause they got to bring me in, Charles. Because Joe Biden, he's so stupid. He be falling asleep. He don't even know nothing about basketball. What you got to do is you got to go over there to Afghanistan. The best thing to do is fire Don Lemon.
So me and Gayle King, Charles, I have a question. I have a quick question before we leave, Charles. So if you notice, Don Lemon, let's say over the last 10 years, whether it was war, whether it was some of the craziest situations that was happening on planet Earth, that dude was in the trenches. Y'all know that, right? Like, whether it was the marches, whether it was like crazy stuff that happened, I used to be like, how's he getting there so fast? Charles, are you prepared that if, let's say, America goes to war with China, or if there's a big flood in Kansas, or something traumatic happens, a tsunami, are you prepared, Charles, to be there and talk about those situations?
Well, I'd rather be over there with a tsunami than be working over there with Shaq and Kenny. Because the thing about it, you know, they not gonna pay you no money over there. When you go over there to CNN, you know, you got America got your back.
Okay.
Who you think gonna have my back at CNN doing a tsunami? Ernest Johnson? Cause he ain't gonna help nobody. So I'd rather go over there and do something like that because I like I said, I'd rather do that than Shaq. Because the only reason he got championship because Dwayne Wade and Kobe Brown carried him up and down the court. Now I got Gayle King to carry me.
Wait, one last question, Charles. One last question. Now that you're on CNN and you're going to be going away from sports, will you no longer be doing TNT and basketball? Is it strictly politics and news now with you?
Look, I always been a political person. I'm gonna do it on CNN, and I may talk about a little bit of basketball, at least long enough for my sons to whoop the Clippers' ass tonight and put them out. But maybe after the Suns don't make the playoffs, whoever else that they run into get bounced out the playoff, then I'm gonna keep it strictly CNN, and I'm gonna leave the basketball stuff alone because I didn't get no championship anyway. So I'd rather just stay over here while I'm at CNN with Gayle King.
Well, there you have it. I like that name, man. King Charles. That's the name of it, said King Charles?
Yeah.
I think that's great. So congratulations, Charles. We appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too, Alex Thomas, Raul, and said Brad. This is just where we at.
Big round of applause for Charles Barkley. Big round of applause for Charles.
Yes.
There he is. And that was it. Again, another amazing episode on the Funny Don't Stop Show, where we find the funny in everything. Ced Brass, let them know where they can find you at.
Yo, find me at Sedbrass, SEDBRASS.
That's what's up. Raul.
Find me at the Big Goose, DABBUG. Or B-I. I'm over here spelling my whole damn name, man. Goddamn. DABIGGUZ, man.
Savvy Amusing, where can they find you at, man?
Find your boy Savvy Amusing on Instagram, Facebook, and everything social at Savvy Amusing.
There we go. You find me at Funny Man Alex Thomas, but every single Tuesday right here on
The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. Hey, Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. The Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. Hey, the Funny Don't Stop Show. The Funny Don't Stop. Hey, Funny Don't Stop.